Downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Washington football team. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing now is Wentz. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor punching it in from a yard away. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. Second and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Heineke's throw taken in by Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Colts 7, Washington 0.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. To throw is Heineke. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 4th down, Heineke. Completes it to Samuel. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a 1st down and not a touchdown.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll go with a keeper. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taylor Heineke keeping it himself from a yard out. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Running right through him. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Check, 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 check. Mike 52, Mike 52. Who
To throw again on second down. Wentz. He'll get this one to Pittman. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Play action. Now Wentz. Rolling to his left. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal, 32 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Carter. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A huge play there for Washington.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Heineke. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd and 5. Heineke's going to keep it. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll come out in the pistol. On 3rd and 1, here's Heineke. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. A final shot before half for Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half, and to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Here's 2nd and 10. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Heineke to throw it. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin.